Yo! What's up, everybody? RageCage20 here. Back with Stitches. Now, we finished up Tales of a Drug Lord album. Did the whole album. But I wanted to throw this one at the end of it because I don't know when I'll be back to Stitches. And I kind of want to check out this song. I heard on a video of an attempt to dispel that Stitches ain't really who Stitches says he is. Which, honestly, probably true. But I personally don't give a fuck. Like, I love the character that is Stitches, and I don't care if it's all fake or not. Like, the character that he created, I love it. I love that character. Fucking hilarious. Fucking great stuff. Some really good songs in that album. Some real big stinkers as well, but it is what it is. But I heard in that song that this was one of his most famous songs ever, besides obviously Breaking Your Face, and of course probably Molly Cyrus up there as well. Somewhere up there. So I figured, since we probably won't be back to Stitches for a while, I'll probably take a good several months off of Stitches. I want to hear this one now. So we're gonna slap it at the end of the album and listen to it now. For those of you who don't notice the chapters down there at the end of the album, I like to say what kind of albums I'm coming for next, who the next two artists I'm going to tackle after these ones are. But this one's a little bit extra special because I'm going to actually switch up the way I do these. I'm still going to do albums, but I'm going to do a little something extra bonus special at the same time as albums that I mentioned in my 700 subscriber special. Go check that out if you're not interested in watching this. Go skip to the end, or just it'll be there when you get there. So let's not waste any more time. Stitches, 1 million dimes. Official music video. The Adele Hello remix. And I heard the first chord. It sounds like literally Hello by Adele, which, I like that song. Adele's amazing. I think she's in the wrong genre of music, but she's amazing. So we'll just put that one out there. I don't really care for pop music, but that's okay. Anyways, 1 million dimes. I can't imagine where the fuck this is gonna go. Fuck that button!
Look, everything I say up in my songs, I swear to God is true. I put it on my 3 kids that they die in front of you. Listen up, this is nothing that I wanna brag about. I did a lot of dirt when I was young, I cannot talk about. I used to shoot my gun for no reason, we could've talked it out. It ain't about being the hardest, it's about being the smartest. It's not about conducting violence, it's about moving in silence. Do what you gotta do, just make sure your kids is always smiling. Instead of buying diamonds, I'd rather buy them some presents. I used to dwell on my past, but now I live in the present. I gotta persevere, I got demons up in here. I don't even talk to myself no more, cause I know they hear everything that I say, and they move with me throughout the day. God, I need you now, come brighten up my day. Please show me the light, cause all I see is the dark. Forgive me, Father, I have sinned, and this is coming right from my heart. I must have sold 1 million dimes. I was selling drugs all the time. Sorry, mama, for the pain you went through. I'm sorry, I promise what I did was for you. Look, I never wanna see my kids sell a drug, and that's for sure. It's a horrible feeling when DEA is at your door. They point a gun at you and your wife and put your kids on the floor. I don't know no other way, I cannot be scrubbing floors. Before I get a job, I'd rather get my gun and rob a store. I'm tired of committing crime, man, this shit is getting old. I got a lot of beef in the streets, I'm just gonna let it go. But if they try to take my life, I swear to God, I let it blow. I'ma flee the scene and make it look like someone robbed your blow. When it come to drugs and the murder, it's gonna be case closed. But fuck the bullshit, I empty out this full clip. I drive away like it ain't shit, and then I smoke a full zip. Mama, I know I made you mad. I know the actions that I made in my life made you sad. I just wanted to pay your bills, I just wanted to pay your car. I just wanted to have you feeling like you was a superstar, and that's what you are. Do not let them tell you different. When they used to talk about your son, you would say he different. But mama, you my mama forever, I'm your son forever. You got my heart forever, I'm gonna love you forever. I got your back, you got mine, and that's a fact, mama. And I'ma tell you again, I'm sorry for the drama. I must have sold $1 million. I was selling drugs all the time, and I'm sorry, mama, for the pain you went through. I'm sorry, I promise what I did was for you.
Oh god, that ends fucking fast. Alright. So I have two mixed feelings on that song. One, while I'm talking about this, I'm gonna get everything else set up and ready to go, and then we'll get back into this bitch. I mean, that was honestly some of the best. I mean, I can see why it's very popular. It was some of the best writing Stitches has ever done. I mean, it makes it a little bit easier when you have help from it being kind of pre-made, some of the lyrics and whatnot being pre-made, and some of the notes and you know, you can take from Adele. But still, all the verses was purely him. All those bars were purely him. None of that was taken from Adele until the chorus. But what has me confused, because I mean all that was pretty good. It was really good. Again, that was some of the best writing I've ever seen from Stitches. I've seen some decently good writing from Tales of a Drug Lord, but that's still kind of early on in his career. I think that was only like the third album he made, third or fourth album, something like that. So I mean, you know, still early on in Stitch's career. But there's some decent writing in there, but that was probably some of the best writing I've heard from Stitches, so I could definitely see why this is one of his most popular. The song blew up. How many views we got up in this bitch? 30 million, yeah. That makes sense. So I mean, yeah, I get why that's so popular. What I don't get, here's something what I don't get. Why was that dude there? Why was the other guy there? I thought there was going to be a little trade-off. I thought he was going to get in there, get some bars. He didn't even do the chorus. He just had some backup vocals at the beginning, maybe like a note or two in the middle and at the end. Why was he there? That's what I don't get. Everything else is great. I was just like, what? Why was he okay? So I assume $1 million. I must have sold $1 million. I assume he's referring to dime bags. I guess that I guess that makes sense. I mean, he's always talking about selling bricks, but call it 1,000 times, 1 million times. Dimes, I guess, in dime bags, it's a good flip, so I guess that's probably why he went with that, to keep it true to the song he's remixing. But like, he's always talking about them bricks. I don't know what he's talking about in dime bags now. Like, come on now. Yeah, it was really good. Now if you just stumbled on this because just like, oh, someone reacted to Stitches and you're not familiar with how I do this, we're going to go back. I like to kind of analyze these. With Stitches, it's different than anybody else, except for maybe Skinned. But Skinned is for a different reason. Stitches, pretty much, we'll look at the chorus once, and we'll go over some of the bars and say, kind of what I liked about some of the bars, what I didn't like about some of the bars. Wait, most of this is going to be what I liked about them. There's only one in there that's kind of like classic Stitches. That's not necessarily in my opinion, the best writing. But then again, I'm not that familiar with rap, so maybe this is like top tier writing, and I just don't know. I don't know, but it's not my favorite thing that Stitches does. But we'll talk about that when we get there. I think it was in the second verse. But yeah, we're gonna go back through it, and we're gonna discuss a little bit. We're just gonna glance over some of these bars and discuss it a little bit. So let's go back through this. So I like the kind of the drum and bass that they added into the piano chords from Adele, kind of, remixing it right out the gate, not even letting it get introduced as Adele's. Very interesting here. Yeah, we got that in there. And this guy singing at the beginning, I don't know why he's there, but okay. I so thought that dude was gonna get in on it. I so thought he was gonna get in on it, but nah, he's just there for this, and just this. I don't get it. This seems a little dramatic. He's just falling to the sand like, ah. Anyways, I like that throat clear. Like, I got some shit to say. Let me get to this. You know who it is.
Look, everything I say up in my songs, I swear to God is true.
Now, as I said, as the song started, I was like, I don't know if that's right. I don't know if that's necessarily true. But okay, I'm listening. I hear your Stitches.
Everything I say up in my songs, I swear to God is true. I put it on my 3 kids that they die in front of you. Listen up, this is nothing that I want to brag about. I did a lot of dirt when I was young. I cannot talk about how you.
I like how he kind of pushes that kind of that angst and aggression to the end of there. But yeah, I imagine at some point when he was young, he was selling drugs. Like, that part has been kind of confirmed. How much drugs he was selling, if he actually was successful, or if they just needed a young teen to, couldn't technically throw in jail or something, to run around and just do a few things here and there. Who knows? But I like that he's like, it's like bearing his soul, kind of, because some interviews that I've seen, he talks about it like, I'm not proud of the stuff that I did, even though when he raps about it, he seems extremely proud about it. But again, that's the character of Stitches. This seems like he's giving us more of his honest, kind of letting you in on the real Philip here, the real Stitches. But I love that it's just like it's such dark shit. Like, I can't even talk about it. Like, it's so illegal, and people will probably come fucking kill me if I do talk about it. Like, it's for real. Like, that's pretty. It's pretty deep right there.
Nothing that I want to brag about. I did a lot of dirt when I was young. I cannot talk about. I used to shoot my gun for no reason. We could have talked it out. It ain't about being the hardest. It's about being the smartest. It's not.
I mean, again, that's some real shit there. It's just like, dude, I was just trigger happy. I just fucking mowed people down. Like, probably didn't need to, but it's not about everyone's trying to be out here, be hard, and just like, can I out hard everybody? Like, in all honesty, it's just, can you outsmart the other person before they kill you? You know what I mean? Like, it's real shit here, man. Some real shit.
About conducting violence, it's about moving in silence. Do what you gotta do, just make sure your kids is always smiling. Instead of buying diamonds, I'd rather buy them some presents. I used to dwell on my past, but now I live in the present. I gotta persevere, I got demons up in here.
Yeah, man, there's some really good bars in this one, man. Like, he really brought his A game to this song. Like, I don't. Let me check when this one was released. 2016, and I don't remember when a lot of the other ones that I listened to 6 years ago. So that, yeah, I'd be around this time if it was released around the same time. I don't know. So yeah, no, he's coming with it, man. He's really put his all into some of these bars, man. They're like way better than some of the stuff I heard in Tales of a Drug Lord. I like that. This guy's TMI above his eyebrow. That's interesting. But yeah, it's just like I don't want to, I don't want to buy them like diamonds and stuff. Like I'm not trying to give them the world. I want them to smile. I want my kids to persevere and whatnot. That's some real talk here. He's also saying something else that I wanted to fucking stop.
There's always smiling instead of buying diamonds. I'd rather buy them some presents. I used to dwell on my past, but now I live in the present. I gotta persevere. I got demons up in here.
Right, you started talking about, obviously as I mentioned at some point, I think when the first 3 or 4 songs of the album, that like doing the stuff that he probably did since he was a kid, since he's a young teen, he's gotta have some demons up in there. Like yeah, it can't be happy up in his brain, man. He's probably very fucked up. So like I like this real talk we're getting up in there.
I don't even talk to myself no more cause I know they hear everything that I say. And
I don't listen to these bars, man. This is this like bearing your soul shit in them here. I don't even talk to myself anymore because I know the demons can hear me. Oh my god. Like that's real dog. Like that's Stitch is dropping bars up in the song.
I don't even talk to myself no more cause I know they hear everything.
See, this is the kind of like truth bearing shit that I was talking about when we were going through the album. Like this is the stuff I wanted to hear. Like I wanted him to get real about the shit he's done, and how he feels about it. And this is real up in
there. That I say, and they move with me throughout the day. God, I need you now, come brighten up my day. Please show me the light, cause all I see.
Yeah, that rhyme right there is another one. I didn't catch that before, but let me get that again.
To myself no more cause I know they hear everything that I say, and they move with me throughout the day.
They may move with me throughout the day.
God, I need you now, come brighten up my day.
God, I need you now, come brighten up my day. It's kind of a day rhyme, no flip on it, no, using day in a different way. It's literally just day rhymed with day. A little weak, but like still powerful words he's saying. I'll take it.
Please show me the light, cause all I see is the dark. Forgive me, Father, I have sinned, and this is coming right from my heart.
Dark heart, I like that. That's actually pretty good rhyme there. It come brighten on my day because all I can see is darkness. It's hard right there. That's some hard bars right there. It's just like, hey, I know I've sinned, but this is coming straight from my heart like that. Come on, man. Like that's the opening verse. That's the first verse, man. Like bearing his soul. This is some real shit right here. Let's check out this chorus.
What's the soul $1,000,000 times? I was selling drugs all the time.
I mean, the acting's all right. But it's like it's kind of like it's like he did the line I must have called 1,000 times. It's like he's doing that like note for note and everything twice instead of starting with hello from the other side. I must have called 1,000 times. It's pretty much I must have called 1,000 times. I must have called 1,000 times. Like he's using that line twice in a row and then kind of moves to just saying sorry right out the gate instead of to tell you I'm sorry. He's moving around where these lines fall, and it makes the chorus a little funky just because, I mean, if you're listening to this song, you probably know Adele. You probably know Hello by Adele. So to the ears, because we know how it falls, we know how the phrases fall, we know how the notes fall, we know how these bars and lines fall. When they're switched around and like repeated at the start and taken out of line and whatnot, it makes it a little choppy. It makes it a little funky. However, at the same time, it doesn't make it bad necessarily. I'm not saying that kind of ruins it or kills it or anything. What I'm saying is it gets a little choppiness to it, makes it a little odd. However, I like that the acting again is okay, but the passion in the song and the notes themselves and the words he's saying kind of really saves it. Like it's very heartfelt. It's very, again, soul bearing. So like it kind of helps cover up for the fact that it's a little wonky with how chopped and moved things are because of we're so used to hearing it a certain way that I feel like it recovers well enough that like I don't mind the chorus. I don't mind the chorus at all. It actually says it pretty well. It's actually pretty good. So wrong one. So let's go back here a little bit. Let's yeah, you know what I mean. And this guy's because he's just here. He's not singing anything or doing anything. It just he's there. He exists. I'd say that's the weirdest part of this whole fucking song. Anyways, so yeah, let's hear this again.
From my heart, I must have sold $1 million. I was selling drugs all the time, and I'm sorry, mama, for the pain you went through.
But now we're back on it. Like now we're back on to where the notes are supposed to fall by the time it gets to this part of the chorus. So it feels good again. It just like you have to get through the start of the chorus and it's like, oh, okay, we're there. This is how it's supposed to sound. But at the same time, the words he's saying is just very passionate, very heartfelt. Just like I think makes it forgivable how kind of weird and chopped the start of the chorus is. That's just my opinion, Bruce.
Oh, I'm sorry, I promise what I did was for you. Look, I never want to see my kids sell a drug, and that's for sure. It's a horrible feeling when DEA is at your door.
I mean, again, we're getting to some real lyrics here. When I think even showing his kid. I hope that was his kid. Otherwise, he just took a random video of someone's random kid and used it as his own. But even really willing to show his kid, just like I don't want my kids to do what I did. But his reasoning is just because, because not because it's bad or it's destructive to a community or it will destroy your soul and fuck with your head. No, just because, it's not fun when the DA shows up. That's pretty much, that's really the only downside. I don't know if I necessarily agree with his logic and his reasoning. However, it is still some real sweet bars up in here. So I just think the logic might be a little flawed.
What I did was for you. Look, I never want to see my kids sell a drug, and that's for sure. It's a horrible feeling when DEA is at your door. They point a gun at you and your wife and put your kids on the floor. I don't know no other way. I cannot be scrubbing floors. Before I get a job, I'd rather get my gun and rob a store. I'm tired of committing crime. Man, this shit is getting old.
I feel like there's a little bit of a mixed message on that one. I get it. Like, no one wants to work for money and whatnot. And when you spit your time, getting tons of money, the quick, easy, not necessarily easy, but a quicker way of getting fuckloads of money to be able to have really nice cars and stuff like that. Can't be out here scrubbing floors for dirt for dimes for just a buck or two, an hour. Come on, I can't go to that. I'd rather go rob a store. However, I'm so sick and tired of doing crimes. It's like he's fighting within his own head. It's just I'd rather go do a crime. Man, I'm really tired of doing crimes, man. It's just it's like he can't even decide. He can't even make up his own mind. He's fighting in his own head. He's bipolar. Reference to the song in one of his other albums. Again, I feel like there's a little bit of a mixed message there, but okay.
kids on the floor. I don't know no other way. I cannot be scrubbing floors. Before I get a job, I'd rather get my gun and rob a store. I'm tired of committing crime. Man, this shit is getting old. I got a lot of beef in the streets. I'm just gonna let it go. But if they try to take my life, I swear to God, I let it blow.
That's a good rhyme. That I like that. You know, I got a lot of beef in these streets, but I'm just gonna let it go. However, they roll up on me, just trying to bring that beef up, trying to take some vengeance on me. I'm gonna fucking mow them all down. Like, that's a good bar right there and a great rhyme. I like that. And this guy's trying to participate. He's trying to get in there. Yeah. He said stuff about gun. Let me shoot. Yeah. I don't know why that guy's there.
In the streets, I'm just gonna let it go. But if they try to take my life, I swear to God, I let it blow. I'ma flee the scene and make it look like someone robbed your blow. When it come to drugs and the murder, it's gonna be case closed.
I mean, it's a little bit of a flip. I'm gonna let it blow. You know, like let the gun fire off them rounds, and then I'm gonna steal your blow, your drugs. It's a little bit, at least did a switch up on the meaning of the word, so it's a little bit more acceptable blow to blow rhyme there. But like, I think there's a thing coming up here where we just rhyme the same word like 3 times, and I don't think there's any flips to it, but I don't know, we'll find out.
Let it go, but if they try to take my life, I swear to God, I let it blow. I'ma flee the scene and make it look like someone robbed your blow. When it come to drugs and the murder, it's gonna be case closed. But fuck the bullshit, I empty out this full clip. I drive away like it ain't shit, and then I smoke a full zip.
I like him getting to his more scream aggressive voice there at the end. Some great rhymes, some great bars in there. Just, it's good shit. This is good shit. This is some good writing from Stitches here.
Mama, I know I made you mad. I know the actions that I made in my life made you sad. I just won't.
Mad, sad, yeah, a little bit of a light rhyme, but it's alright.
Wanted to pay your bills. I just wanted to pay your car. I just wanted to have you feeling like you was a superstar.
That's, in a fucked up way, that's really sweet. That's actually really sweet. I want to protect his mom and take care of his mom through whatever means. But also in one of his other songs, he did in fact say, I got kicked out of mama's house, fuck her. I feel like he's gone a little back and forth on some of the things he said. but that's sweet. In a fucking weird way, that's sweet.
I just wanted to pay your car. I just wanted to have you feeling like you was a superstar, and that's what you are. Do not let them tell you different. When they used to talk about your son, you would say he different.
Right, don't let them treat you different. He different. Get a little bit of a flip there, but that's a little sweet that, you know, she even protected him, you know, and like he's trying to protect her and say, like, you know, don't believe what they say, like, and again in a really weird, messed up way, because that's anything Stitches is going to be those things. It's really sweet. That's actually really sweet. It's a great ode to your mom right there.
Do not let them tell you different. When they used to talk about your son, you would say he different. But mama, you my mama forever. I'm your son forever. You got my heart forever. I'm gonna love you forever. I got your back, you got mine, and that's a fact.
I thought it was 3. No, it was 4. That's what piqued my ears there. Forever, ever. Multiple evers. Let's hear these forevers, evers, 4 of them. Let's hear how they fall.
Different, but mama, you my mama forever.
Yeah, you my mama forever.
I'm your son forever.
I'm your son forever. Okay. You know, like that one's pretty acceptable, especially if you're going like, you know, you're my mom forever, just like I'm your son forever. You know, I could accept that one. So let's see how to keep going.
You got my heart forever.
You got my heart forever.
I'm gonna love you forever.
I'm gonna love you forever. So at this point, when you're committing that many same words, you have to find a way at the last one to really hook it, to make it be like, oh fuck, you just really made those all come together. It's literally just forever. It's like there's no final cap switch up on that. There's no flip to the word. There's no double meaning. There's nothing that really makes it just hook in and sink. Just like, yes, you fucking nailed that. That was literally just a forever rhyme 4 times in a row. A little light, a little weak there, but again, the words that he's saying is so sweet, so passionate, so heartfelt. That's just like, you know what? I can look the other way. You know, it's like I don't really mind. I can look the other way. It's fine. It's all good.
When they used to talk about your son, you would say he different. But mama, you my mama forever. I'm your son forever. You got my heart forever. I'm gonna love you forever. I got your back, you got mine, and that's a fact, mama. And I'ma tell you again, I'm sorry for the drama.
May I remind you, this guy's here. Well, I don't know. He's there though. Kind of like the beats kind of drop down at this part. It's pretty cool. Kind of makes it more emotional. The drums come back in a little bit. Part of the beat dropped off there. But the drums came back in. Another part dropped off there. It's interesting. They're playing around with the beat there a little bit, making it a little bit more passionate.
I'm sorry, I promise what I did was for you.
Just don't forget he's there. Sorry, he's there. Don't forget him. Whoever he be, don't forget him. Nah, that was a great song. I actually honestly think that's like the way to end this album that we've gone through here. I think that was much better ending than Red Light. I liked Red Light. It was a good, well written, really big change up song, but this one's a beautiful, passionate, heartfelt way to end out this album. So that was Stitches, y'all. Again, not everyone's cup of tea. Not everyone likes Stitches, but I love me some Stitches. I as I mentioned many times before we started the album, many times in the album, I love his screaming style rap. Makes me think he's like the metal star of rap. Love it. I love the commitment and the aggression, how he just goes for it, and I absolutely love and respect that about Stitch's songs. Doesn't work on every song. Some of them really just don't come together, but when Stitches is on, Stitches is on. And I think this song really shows that. I think this song is a huge testament to that. When Stitches is on, when Stitches is writing, he's writing. Like it's what the kids call fire. Anyways, I love having those like little dad joke moments. I'm not a dad though, but whatever. I still have them because I'm old as fuck. I don't know why I'm aggressive with that. Anyways, Stitches. I had a good time. I enjoyed it. There's some really good songs that I added to my playlist. I'm happy is on there. My Stitches playlist specifically because they can't really show up around other people because they're very inappropriate. But I added some really good songs. It also got me to find 8 Ways to Die through Stitches, and I absolutely loved that. Fucking love that song. Let's do it all the time. Still not tired of it months later. I heard it 1,000 times more. Still ain't tired of it. Just so many great rappers doing some great rapping. Just fantastic. Which makes me really want to get into some ICP, which we'll probably do in between albums. Which brings us to the end slate here. What's coming next, you may be asking? Waiting with bated breath. I know you are. That's fine. It's fine. There's no reason to hide, you know? There's no reason to be ashamed. I understand. I feel you. Let me just cross out Stitches here. Electronically. So what we got coming next, I gave a little hint about this on my 700 subscriber special. I mentioned that after I did Ginger, things were going to change up a little bit. And then I looked like, where's Ginger going to fall on the list? And it was way down there. It would have been a long time from now. Longish time from now. And I was like, oh, maybe we roll Ginger up a bit. Maybe we move that up a bit, which I did. I had it coming out right after OTEP and Stitches get done. Ginger's coming out. Ginger is next. We're going to do the Micro album, which is kind of a micro album. It is small. It is definitely small. Most Ginger albums are small. This one's a small one for Ginger. I think there's only like 5 or 6 songs in this bitch, if I remember correctly. I'll look it up while I'm talking. But that will be next. Let's type in Ginger, see if anything happens. I'm sure we'll find it. Yeah, we go. Alright, down here. Yeah, it's 5 songs. But it does have Ape, which I heard good things about, and Teacher, which so many people have done reaction videos to, so I can't imagine it being anything besides awesome. So we're gonna do Micro. Macro will probably be after that, and then we'll probably get to Wallflowers, and then we'll probably go up to their older stuff. But I kind of want to go from King of Everything where we're at and go down, just like I did with In This Moment. I wanted to start from, one of their more popular albums, and then see where they continue to release afterwards, and then go back and check their older stuff out. But we're gonna do Micro. I know Micro's a small album for all you Ginger fans out there. It's like, but I want more Ginger. But I want more Ginger. Like, what are we? How can I live with that? I'll get to that. Keep listening, and you'll find out some good news. I promise. There's a little secret sauce going to be added on here. You just gotta be patient. Alongside Ginger, we are going to do Epica. It has been a long time since I've listened to Epica. Because that was the first band I ever did a reaction album to. Go check my channel. You won't find it. I have mentioned this on a few videos, including one of my Portal Night episodes where I was just building and talking about this stuff. Talking about how fucking insane Nightwish fans are. That was one thing I was talking about at that period of time. And I love y'all. But you're fucking crazy, especially Floor fans. You're fucking insane. But I love you, no matter how insane you are. But I was also talking about, Epica. I did the first album. First off, it wasn't that great because, the album itself was pretty good. There's a few handful of songs in there just like, meh. But there's some really, 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 really good songs in that first album. I keep touching my mustache because it's tickling my fucking nose, and I want it to stop. If you're wondering why I'm touching my nose like it's like a tick or something, it's because it's fucking tickling me. Stop. But also it was me kind of discovering how I want to do them, so it wasn't really that great, if I'm gonna be honest with you. It wasn't the best performance I've ever done. So I was just like, I'm just not gonna release this, because I decided to release In This Moment first. That was the first one that officially came out. Was that actually the first one I did? Was Epica the first one I did? Or was it? It was either Epica or Ninja Sex Party, which, starting out on a comedy album, there wasn't a whole lot to say. So there wasn't the best reactions. In the future, we'll probably get back to some Ninja Sex Party, but at the current moment, no. Just because I need to practice at that, so we'll see how that goes. Anyways, but I think that one was technically first. I remember I did it like on the 4th of July, which is actually coming up soon. Hey, full circle. And then I think I did Epica, and neither of those ever got released because they weren't that great. So I started with In This Moment, then I was like, because In This Moment I actually kind of found my groove. The Blood album, I found my groove, and it was like, okay, this is at least acceptable. That's when I started to really get into how I wanted to do things and started to get more accurate with it and just better at doing it in general. And then I was like, okay, well, I'll release that one first because it's going to be better. It's going to be good, better first exposure. And then I'll release Epica. And then I was like, nah, I don't really like my Epica album, so I just didn't release it. The Phantom Agony will never be an album that's released on this channel. Just how it's going to go. However, we're jumping forward a little bit to Design Your Universe. I think that's going to be one of my favorite Epica albums of all time. So we're going to start there. I think that's the one that Unleashed is on, right? If it is, I've already heard it. So, and I can't remember if Never Enough is on that one as well. If that's on a separate album, I can't remember. If it is, I've heard that one too. Oh, that the one Our Destiny is on? Those are the only Epica songs I've ever heard is Never Enough. Well, all before then was... Oh, I'm back. All the first album, obviously, because I did that. But from the first album was Phantom Agony. I had heard before that one. Never Enough, Unleashed, and Our Destiny. And Martyr of the Free World. I think is what the song's called. Those 5 songs I've heard from Epica. I have not heard any other one besides the first album. I honestly don't remember any of the first album, if I could be completely honest with you. It was many years ago, and I have not listened to any of it since. So I don't really remember the first album very much. But those are the only songs I've ever heard from Epica, so I'm excited to continue my Epica journey with Design Your Universe. I think that's going to be one of my favorite Epica albums ever. I love the art, too. I want a shirt of it, but they don't make it anymore. Maybe someday. Get some bootleg. I still do need to return to Lindsey Stirling. I have not. I started watching some violin lesson stuff. I just kind of stopped after lesson 3 or 4, and I really need to get back into it because I really want to finish Lindsey Stirling. It's on that list way back there. I do need to get back into that, but just one day. However, it will be Ginger and Epica. Now, going back to what we just talked about with Micro being so short, being a micro... I was going to say a micro penis album. Being a small album. And Ginger fans being like, oh, but we want more Ginger. Well, here's what I decided to do going forward. I just wanted to get through the Ginger album before I started doing this because this would kick off this event occurring. So I wanted to get to Ginger because I decided when I was thinking about how I wanted to do these, because there'll be spans of time where there'll be albums that people aren't really interested in watching, like, I don't know, OTEP and Stitches, for example. Went from quite a few people watching Mastodon in this moment, even a Tribe Called Quest with Intimidation, Evanescence. Now we're just going up from the list here, Nightwish. Like a bunch of people watching to no one really interested in OTEP and Stitches. And honestly, that wasn't unexpected. Like I kind of expected that to happen. But that made me think when I was going to do the 700 subscriber special video, which I did. It's not really anything special, but, the 100 subscriber video. 700 subscriber video. I was thinking about this, and then I solidified, like, yes, I do want to do this. And I said it in the video, but not a lot of people watch the video. So, this might be a introduction to all of y'all. I was thinking I'm still going to do 2 albums at a time. And they're most likely going to be albums that I want to listen to. Some of them may become favorites. Some of them might not. We'll get back to that here in a second. But while I'm doing the 2 albums, I'm also going to do a side album. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to be doing 3 albums, because what this side project is going to be is that I'm going to listen to the more popular, the stuff that people are going to want to see more of. That I do not know if that was fireworks or gunshots. Honestly, could be either. Yeah, actually, there's multiple times throughout the week that I have to question if those are gunshots or fireworks. Since we're close to the 4th of July, I think those were fireworks. It could easily be gunshots. Anyways, very close to, so probably our neighbor. Or at least maybe a couple houses down if it was fireworks. You never know around here. Not a great neighborhood. Haven't been shot yet, though. This is wood. Knocking on it. Anyways. So, yeah, I because most reaction videos don't do albums, which I kind of like doing albums, as was mentioned on With Temptation album. That's like, hey, a lot of people don't react to this song. I'm really happy that you do. It's like, well, that's one of the benefits of doing full albums, is that you get to see someone react, maybe in a style that you like or maybe not like, depends. But you get to see, if you like my style, you get to see me react to songs that no one else does, because they're not the popular ones that everyone's like, oh, I gotta jump on that song because that's gonna give me views. Doing a whole 16 Stitches album should prove to you I don't give a fuck about views. I want to listen to music that I want to listen to, which is what the 2 albums are for. That's music I want to listen to. I want to get more familiarized with those ones. However, while I'm doing that, I'll be releasing stuff on the side that's the more popular stuff that people want to hear more of, like Nightwish, which is one of the most popular groups I've done on this channel in this moment, because I want to finish all the In This Moment albums. I still have 3 more to go through, and I want to finish them all before they drop another album. And it's also semi-popular. Evanescence has some really popular views on some of those tracks, and I would love to continue my Evanescence journey. With Them Temptation, I'd love to hear more with Them Temptation. People love that. Maybe Mastodon. It was a little popular. We'll see about Mastodon. I think there was some more in here. Camelot. I want to continue my journey for Camelot. Camelot's not like the most popular when it comes to views, but like, it's also way more than what I get on like certain albums, like, I don't know, Stitches or OTEP. And obviously, whatever becomes popular that I go through, like maybe I'll do Epica and a bunch of fucking people will watch it, and then Epica will become a popular one, and that would kind of get in the rotation. Now, usually when everything is going well and I'm not getting constantly sick and I can't record for long periods of time, which thankfully I have 3 days off, I've gotten so much fucking recording done, which I'm so happy about. That's why you've been seeing this shirt for the last like 6 or 7 Stitches songs. You know. And I'll probably even do one OTEP song today, because I really want to listen to Breed, because it sounds like fun. So usually the rotation is one album, then the other album, and then like Let's Play or something, and then repeat, or one of each of those, and the Let's Play just gets thrown in there a bit randomly. But usually they rotate. This isn't going to get in the rotation, so it's not like it's going to be, first album, second album, bonus song, first album, second album, bonus song. It's not like going to get in a rotation. It's going to be when I feel like recording them, I will record them, and then they will get released randomly. So you'll occasionally get one of the more popular songs that were released. And it can be whatever one. It's not like I'm going to be like, okay, well, I'm going to finish this Nightwish album first, so that will randomly come out until that album's done. I will continue to do one album from the person. Once I choose an album, I'm not going to be like, well, I'll do one song from this Nightwish album, but then I'll do another song from this Nightwish album, and then maybe from one Epica album, but then maybe a different Epica. I'm going to continue to follow from start to end an album. It's just, like, let's say in 1 week, I release 3 random videos. One might be Epica from one specific Epica album. The next one might be a Nightwish. Then maybe With Them Temptation. And then maybe next week I'll do the second one in that Epica album. Number 2, continue with that Epica album. But then maybe I'll do Evanescence, Mastodon, In This Moment. And then maybe I'll come back and do the third one. It's going to follow the album song by song, but it's going to be in a sporadic order. So that way I can get more stuff done, more stuff that people actually want to see more often. You'll get it more often than having to wait like 2 or 3 months for an album to finish. You might actually get it a lot sooner. And if I'm really feeling that album, you might get a bunch of them. Like, you might get just 3 Nightwish songs in a week. You never know. I feel like that really gives me the freedom to just listen to whatever I want to listen to, whether it be full albums and stuff I really want to listen to, and then get refresh and get stuff that people are going to want to listen to, and hear something else that's not just those 2 albums. I think it's going to be really good for me. I think it's going to be really good for you. And I'll also be able to plug in, I like to do little interval ones, like when I did Tarja's solo career stuff, and I did Buddy by De La Soul and stuff. I'll be able to pop those in every now and then instead of having it be in between albums. I can just do that whenever I choose. It's like, oh hey, like for example, Linkin Park. There's 2. I don't know what Linkin Park album I want to do yet, but there are 2 individual standalone songs that I want to listen to. And those might come out just randomly. You know? Now I can kind of open myself up to doing those if I want to. So, and just put little sporadic ones like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to like an album or a song. I want to listen to more Mushroomhead, maybe. Just random stuff throughout my huge list here. Like, let me listen to 1 or 2 songs from them, see if I actually want to do a full album. And maybe I don't, and so therefore I don't. Or maybe it's like, oh yeah, no, definitely want to listen to this album. We'll start going through the album now. That will get in the rotation sometime, some point. You know what I mean? Like, something like that. I think that will really open myself up to be more free with these videos, make me want to do them more than I already do, which I already do want to do them because I do love listening to new music and getting introduced to getting my library expanded and have a lot more songs I can listen to and whatnot. So it is something I want to do, and I feel like this will make it even more exciting for me, and therefore it'll be more exciting for you, and you'll get to listen to stuff and albums like Ginger that you might want to hear more of. So while yes, we're only doing 5 songs from Ginger's going to come back into the rotation much faster whenever I want, really. Sporadically, I might just be like, I'm going to listen to this Ginger album, this song today. Here you go. You know what I mean? You get it early, you know? So I think that will be fun. That's the plan moving forward. I can see myself, so just little jabs forward. And yeah. So next we got Ginger and Epica. As soon as Ginger's done, which it's only 5 songs, pretty easy to do. I can knock that out in a day, much like I did with In Temptation and Evanescence, because they were really doing a small version of the albums. I'd knock those both of those out individually in one day. One day finish with In Temptation, next day finish Evanescence. So I can finish Ginger in a day, probably will. And then once that is done and all those 5 are uploaded, then that free rotation can start. That's when the deadline is going to be. Once the last micro song is released from Ginger, then it's going to start getting into rotation. I'm going to do Ginger and Nightwish a little bit differently. I'll talk more about that when those come, but I'm not going to do the albums and then the live versions. I'm going to pick like a song or 2 or maybe more within the album that will be a live version, because I find when I prefer listening to an album. I prefer album over studio. However, when I do that, I find I'm just making comparisons between the live and the studio. So I'd rather just listen to it once and bite the bullet that it's not going to be studio and just accept that. I prefer studio because the way I do it, I can hear more through the studio and make more analytical points. But I'll do my best live. So yeah, we'll talk more about that when we get to those albums at the start of Ginger and the start of the next Nightwish adventure we get to, which will be Human Nature, but I don't know when. Sometime after Ginger's done. I'm just not in a hurry because I'm still recovering from fucking 4 fans from like 2 months ago. Fuck 4 fans. No offense, I love you guys, but you're fucking crazy. So yeah, I should wrap this up because I've been talking for a while and I still want to do Breed. So thank you all. I think that's a firework. Either that or a fucking grenade. Sorry. Thank you all so much for joining me in Stitches. I had a really fun time and I'm really excited for what this channel is going to do going forward. So come back, check it out, and I will see you all next time.